The lotus and the mind before a thought becomes your master. Ask, who invited it in? A clean lotus grows from mud. Purity is a choice, not a place. Walk with Raj to the river, and you may never treat your thoughts the same way again. In a peaceful temple at the edge of a quiet town lived an old teacher named Baba and his students. Among them was young Raj, new to the monastery and eager to learn self-control. Each morning the students walked to the village to collect food. They were told to visit different homes, be respectful, and return by sunrise prayers. On Raj's first week, a potter's daughter named Priya placed warm bread in his bowl and thanked him with a gentle smile. Her kindness shone like a lamp in a dark room. Raj carried that light back to the temple and then he could not put it down. The next day he returned to Priya's house, though the rule was to visit other homes. The day after that, he returned again. He told himself he was only being grateful, only checking on her father's health, only passing by. But the truth was simpler and sharper. He wanted to see her. Soon Raj learned Priya went to the river at dawn to pray. One morning he slipped out early and followed her steps. Hidden behind a tree, he watched her kneel on the riverbank, fingers touching the water, lips moving with quiet words. For a moment he felt guilt rise like heat in his face, but he did not move. He stood there, caught between curiosity and conscience. What Raj did not know was this. Baba had watched him closely. The small signs had been clear to a careful eyelet returns, a distracted gaze in the prayer hall, soft excuses. That morning Baba followed at a distance. He paused under the shade, saw the shape of his student behind a tree, and understood. Silently, Baba laid a hand on Raj's shoulder. Raj turned, shame pounding in his chest. Baba said nothing. He led the young man along a narrow path to a small pond, not far from the river. In the middle of the muddy water rose a single lotus, white and open, holding light. Why does the lotus stay clean, even in dirty water? Baba asked. Raj could not answer. His throat tightened. The lotus grows from mud, Baba said, but it does not become mud. It rises above and stays untouched. He looked into Raj's eyes. If I force this lotus under the muck, what would happen? It would be stained, Raj whispered. It would die. Your mind is this lotus, Baba said softly. Your thoughts decide whether you rise above the water or sink into it. You have been pushing your lotus down into fantasy, into obsession. In doing so, you have disrespected yourself, and unintentionally disrespected Priya. Tears filled Raj's eyes. The truth was like clean air, fresh and painful. Master, how can I clean my thoughts? First, Baba said, you must repair what you can. Apologize to Priya for watching her without permission. Then return and learn to watch your thoughts without becoming them. The next day, Raj went to the potter's house. Words shook in his mouth, but he told the truth. He had followed Priya and was sorry. Priya listened. She saw his regret was real and forgave him. May your path be honest, she said simply, and closed the door with dignity. Back at the temple, Raj began again. He sat for meditation each dawn and twilight. When thoughts of Priya rose, memories, images, imagined conversations, he did not fight them or feed them. He noticed them. He named them thinking, and returned to the breath. Sometimes he repeated a line Baba gave him, lotus above the water. On difficult days his mind raced like a puppy pulling at its leash. On those days he did not scold himself. He gathered the leash gently and returned to stillness. Baba taught him a simple rhythm. Notice, name, let go. Return. Notice the thought. Name it softly. Desire, memory, fear. Let it go without drama. Return to one anchor, the breath moving in the body. Over and over, like placing a cup back on a table. Weeks passed. The images lost their glue. The mind that once clung now learned to release. Raj felt spaces open inside him, clearings where wind could move and light could rest. He worked in the garden, studied the scriptures, and served in the kitchen without the old restlessness tugging at him. He still thought of Priya sometimes, but with respect now, like a traveler remembering a kind house on a long road. One evening Baba brought Raj back to the pond. The lotus stood taller, evening light folded into its petals. The world is muddy by nature, Baba said. Desire is not the enemy. Confusion is. Your mind will grow what you water. If you pour attention on fantasy, fantasy will bloom. If you pour attention on awareness, awareness will bloom. Years turned quietly. Raj became a teacher. When new students asked how to control their thoughts, he smiled and told them the truth he had lived. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant and water will grow. Be careful what you feed it. Images, stories, sounds. Falling down is not failure. Deciding to stay there is. With practice, even a troubled mind can become clear. Winning over others is loud and brief. Winning over yourself is quiet and lasting. Happiness does not enter from the window. It rises from the ground you cultivate. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. It is wanting what is truly good for you. Guard your attention, and your attention will guard your life. He spoke, too, of the world beyond the temple walls. Glowing screens, endless feeds, impulses that feel harmless at first and then cling like wet clay. These thoughts do not appear from nowhere, Rog would say. They grow where we have been planting. Choose wiser seeds, avoid triggers when you can. And when you cannot avoid them, meet them with awareness, notice, name, let go, return. Sometimes he took a dry leaf, placed it on a bowl of water, and gave the bowl a gentle swirl. The leaf drifted, turned, and found its way to stillness. Don't force the mind, he told them. Guide it. Let it learn how to rest. Moral: a mind left unattended sinks into the mud it touches. A mind tended with awareness rises like a lotus above the same water. Control does not mean crushing thoughts, it means guiding attention. Notice, name, let go, return. Protect what you feed your mind. Practice daily. Win the quiet battle within, and the world outside will lose its hold. If this story brought you calm or clarity, consider subscribing for more gentle, inspiring tales. Your support helps these stories reach the people who need them most.